Good morning and welcome to our Christian Doctrine 1 class. That's TH 431. This will be our syllabus overview. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or to call me. Email would be preferable because I can get to that and get right back with you as quickly as possible. So email would be great. So this is Southeastern Baptist College, TH 431, Christian Doctrine 1, and this is our syllabus review. If you wonder why I'm looking off into the distance, here's a computer screen over to my right where I'm looking at the syllabus there. So anyway, well, our required text for this semester is Emery Bancroft's Elemental Theology, an Introductory Survey of Conservative Doctrine. So if you haven't bought that book yet, if you haven't gotten that book yet, you need to go ahead and do that because we'll be reading that together, or we'll be reading that as a class, and you'll be writing a book review on that. We'll get to that here in just a bit. So course description is this is the first course in Christian doctrine and includes the following topics from systematic theology. That's bibliology, paterology, Christology, the Trinity, and pneumatology. So this is a 3-hour course. So the way that works usually is you have about 3 hours of class time, and then you have homework and other work in addition to that. And so you probably won't have 3 hours of lecture every week, but it'll be probably more like an hour and a half to 2 hours that you'll need to watch, and then you'll be pretty well up to speed there. So course objectives for this class. First is to guide the students to understand the nature and methods of theological study. Second, to help the students to learn significant terms used in the study of Christian theology. Third is to provide the students with a general overview of 4 important subject areas in the study of Christian theology, and I've kind of put some of that together. Paterology and the Trinity, those will be dealt with in the Doctrine of God. So anyway, it'll be 4 basic topics: bibliology, theology proper, Christology, and pneumatology. And you'll learn what those are if you don't already know what that is. To provide this, let's see, number 4, to guide students in exploring their own theological beliefs and concerns. And then lastly, to introduce students to theologians who have made significant contributions to the study of Christian theology. The course requirements and grading. Notice on there it says any late assignment will receive a 10% penalty per week past due. So it's important to get your work done and get it done on time. That'll help you and it'll help me. It'll be a lot better for us all if you get that done. Number 1, lectures and exams. Each student will watch each lecture and complete 2 examinations on the lectures. I want to tell you the first few weeks of lectures are really sermons from the church that I pastor, and so some of that content will be kind of sermon related, but the content related directly to theology, you'll understand when you watch them, will be important for you. And if you have any questions on what might be significant to you, just feel free to email me on that. But anyway, as we get further on, I think week 5, we'll start having lectures via video like this, and so you'll get only the content that you need there. You'll have 2 exams. The first is a midterm, and that's 20% of your final grade, so it's pretty significant. The midterm is pretty important. That'll be the week of September the 30th through October the 6th. You'll be able to take that any time that week, and you'll have a final exam. It's also 20% of your grade, and that'll be given during the December 2nd to 7th. Time frame. That final exam will be comprehensive, so that'll be for the entirety of the semester. So if you miss something, be sure to get those notes, be able to go back and make sure you have all that information, because it's going to be a comprehensive final exam that's going to cover pretty much everything that we deal with this semester. Let's see, number two, weekly quizzes. Each student will complete a quiz on each week's list of significant theological terms and on that week's lecture content. So you'll watch the lectures, you'll have a list of theological terms, and then you'll just have a brief quiz. It won't be very, very difficult. It'll just be some key things that you'll want to probably jot down as you're watching these lectures. And I think it'll be clear enough, because it'll kind of be in outline form, the things that you need to be writing down and keeping up with. If it becomes too difficult, we'll address that as it comes up. But anyway, those weekly quizzes will be 15% of your final grade, and so you're going to have a lot of those. And so they really, each individual one won't be worth all that much. When they add up, they'll be worth 15% of the final grade. Reading. Each student will read the required textbook and complete a book report. report. So you got to get that book, you got to read that book, and then you're going to do a book report of 6 to 8 pages. Now, most of that's going to be summary, but if you want to give some criticism, some thoughts on where this book could have been better, where this book maybe fell short, feel free to put that in there. But most of this book report is going to be summary kind of information, things that you learn from Bancroft's textbook about theology. So feel free to be summarizing to a large degree. Now, don't cut and paste. Don't just take big chunks out of the book, but summarize the information. Put it all together in some sort of comprehensive thought. So that's going to be 6 to 8 pages there. Number 4, we're going to have a research paper. Each student will choose a topic to be approved by me and complete a research paper of 6 to 8 pages. Now that may seem daunting to you, maybe not, but if it does, we'll work together. We'll make sure that you can get that done. 6 to 8 pages. Again, that's 15% of your final grade. And then the last thing that I'm going to ask you to do is may seem hard, but I think it'll be beneficial to you, and it will be a relatively simple grade. Is our credo. It says credo. Each student will write a statement of his or her beliefs on each of the 4 theological topics covered. So that's going to be on bibliology, theology proper, Christology, and pneumatology. So those will be the main topics that you'll deal with. What you believe about those things. So all I'm asking is what you believe. I don't want to know the right answers necessarily on that from my perspective. I just want to know what you believe. And so that'll give you a chance to kind of formulate your thoughts on these issues. Now, there's a lot of writing in this, but again, this is a senior level class. This is a 400 level class. And so the college is attempting to improve its academic rigor. And some of that will be writing in this class. We're going to make it where you have to put in a little bit of effort here. But I think you'll learn a lot. You'll benefit a lot from this class. So those are the course requirements, and the grading scale for the college changed this year. So it's a 10-point scale to match up with most other colleges in our area. And so that's going to be an A is a 90 to 100, a B is an 80 to 89, a C is a 70 to 79, a D will be a 60 to 69, and an F would be a 59 and below. So just be keeping that in mind. That's a change from the college over the last few years, I believe. Course procedure: you're going to have lectures, you're going to have examinations, you're going to have weekly quizzes, assigned readings, and written assignments. After that, you'll see a course schedule, and that's just going to give you your weekly schedule. I'm not going to read that to you. You're intelligent people, and you can read that. And so the course schedule is going to deal with what you'll be dealing with each of those weeks. And so, for example, though, on this first week, the first lecture, if you will, is going to be this brief video on syllabus introduction. And then you'll have a lecture, in this case kind of a sermon, on the doctrine of revelation and one on the doctrine of inspiration. And then next week, you'll have a quiz on that information, the previous week's information. That quiz will be available to you next week. And then you'll take that quiz, and then you'll watch the next week's stuff on the canon and authority and inerrancy and infallibility. And then you'll take a quiz the following week on that. And so it's going to be pretty simple. But just keep those deadlines in mind regarding the book report and the research paper and the credo, because those things are going to come up on you. And I don't want you to be cramming at the end. I want you to go ahead and start thinking about those things as we go. So again, that's what we've got there. And then on the last page of the syllabus, you'll see a bibliography, and those are just books that, in my opinion, are good theological works that at some point, if you want to dig deeper and you want to think further on these theological concepts, then these are books that you could certainly look at. And let me also say that on that list, you'll see Wayne Grudem's Systematic Theology. A lot of our course lecture material is going to come just directly from that book. It's going to be right out of that book. And so if you have a copy of that book and you want to get deeper in the lecture material, grab that book, read those chapters on those particular issues, and a lot of that information will be right there. So listen, if you have any questions, if you have any need from me, feel free to email me. My email address is there on the syllabus. Feel free to call me. Now, I may not be as available for you to call all the time, but I will get back with you. If you call and I don't answer, leave a message. I will get back with you as soon as possible. But email, I'll definitely get that, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So please maintain contact. If you have any questions of first concern, give me an email, give me a call, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Look, I'm looking forward to this semester. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. If you don't get overwhelmed, just take this thing one bite at a time. It's going to be a great semester. Well, I look forward to dealing with you guys a little bit more in the coming weeks. And again, if you have any questions, give me a call. Have a good day.